Hi, my name is Adnan, and I'm a developer advocate here at the Cube team. So today I'm going to show you how to connect Cube to Bubble. So you'll get a ton of nice features with this. You'll get role-based access control, pre-aggregations, caching, and so much more. So let's just jump right into the playground here. And I want to show you the data that I want to display in Bubble. So these are some orders counts, and we're just grouping them by month. So super simple. Let's just jump right into Bubble. Start by creating a new app. I'll call mine cube sample with bubble. I'll add in some data here. Obviously, you need to add in proper data for yourself once you create the app. Oops, let's say, perfect. Create that app, wait for a second. And now the first thing we want to do once we have a new app is to add some plugins. So go ahead and open the plugins section. We obviously just need to close this up and open the plugins section. Go ahead and add a plugin for the API. So search for API, install the API connector, and then install the Apex, the line charts from Apex charts as well. You can hit done. You're done with that. And now you need to add an API. So let's just click the add another API. Let's call it Cube Cloud API. You need to select the private key and header authentication. Obviously, we get here an authorization key. Now we need to go into the Cube Cloud connection instructions and just fetch this authorization key. Copy that. Go ahead and paste it in here in the key value. We also need a shared header because we're sending JSON. So let's go ahead and say content type is application. Now we can go ahead and add an API call. So let's go ahead and expand that. Give the API call a name because we're querying for orders by month. Let's call it that as well. Obviously, we need an action here and then keep this JSON. Make sure to actually change it from get to post. And then you can go ahead and get the endpoint here from the instructions in kubecloud. Go ahead and copy this whole endpoint. Make sure to include the load path as well. So go ahead and copy that and paste it in here. Now we can go ahead and add the body of the JSON. Let's go ahead and add the JSON object. Make sure to add a query parameter. And then you can go ahead and copy the JSON query from the playground. So go ahead and copy that. Come back here and paste it in. Go ahead and initialize the call, save it up, and you're done with the API. So once we're done with the API, we need to go into the workflow and add something called a workflow. So hit here, select the pages loaded event, and now here add an action. We need to select the plugins and then select the Cube Cloud API. Just keep this as is so we can close that up. And then the other action we need here is the set the state of an element. So let's do set state of an element right here. And here comes the fun part. So let's select the index element and let's create a new custom state because we want the orders by month. Let's keep it that way. Also here we need to get the orders by month data, and we need to toggle this to make sure the state is a list. So we're returning an array, which means that it's a list. Hit create here. And then now for the value, you need to select results of step 1. There we go. And here you also need to make sure that you're selecting the data. So select the data and you're done. Perfect. Now once we have the workflow, go into the design section, search for a chart, and just drag and drop it in. Let's just make it a bit bigger so we can see what's going on. Nice. Awesome. So now the thing we need to do with the chart is that we need to select categories, series categories, and then series data. So let's go into the series categories, select the index, select orders by month, and then we need each item's orders created at month. And then we also need to do a find or replace. So we can just format the date a bit. So let's go ahead and text defined. We're selecting this a time we don't really need. So let's just close it up. And then for the series data, we can just also for the series name, we can say for the series data, we can do an index, orders by month, we're going to do each item's orders count here. And then we need to convert this to a number. So let's do a convert to number. Awesome. So with that done, we can also just have a quick preview of the app. So let's just hit the preview on the top right and just wait for it to load. Awesome. So here's your chart. You can see that the dates are also nicely formatted, and you get a super nice chart. And that's it. You're loading data from Cube into Bubble. So you're going to get a query cache by default for every identical query that you do run, but you need some setups for pre-aggregations and for multi-tenancy. So if you want to take a look at those guides in our documentation as well, that would be super, super, super cool. And yeah, that's it for now. Until next time. Bye-bye.